Hey there, fellow father travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're in Nafplio, Greece. And today what I want to do is kind of give some travel safety tips for dads, ways that you can help your kids be safer while you travel with them. Because dads, we cannot leave our kids behind when we travel. It is so much fun to see them grow up abroad, see them experience the world, try crazy food that you were too scared to try, but they might try just for you, okay? So I want to go through some safety things. And one starts with how you're going to dress your kid on busy travel days. Look, people merge together. Little kids merge together. It's hard to see people when there's a big bunch of crowds. If you're going to the Louvre, when there's tons of people there, or going to the Acropolis in Athens and when there's tons of tourists all around, it's hard to find them. So my word of advice is, if you're going to go to a very busy tourist spot, dress your kid in a bright colored shirt. Why? Because it's easy to find them. Our kids, when they were little, we literally would put them in neon green, yellow, bright orange shirts so we could see them. Oh, we're at the Louvre. There he is. Okay, we're wandering around, Athens. There he is. Look, it makes it a lot easier to find them because you always have that kind of like, oh, where's the kid? It's like when you think you don't have your wallet or your phone, you have that same feeling when your kids are like, where'd they go? That just makes it easier to find them. And on the other side, you want to make it easier for your kid to find you. So my second word of advice, wear bright shoes. Wear funky kind of shoes when you travel. Why? Because when your kids are really little, they can't see above the other tourists, but they can see below. And they're looking down like this, and they see daddy's shoes there. I know when my kids were little, I had bright orange shoes, bright yellow stripes, like streaks on my shoes too, so my kids could see them, okay? So some of those things are just simple things when it comes to packing that can make it easier and safer for you to find your kid, but also your kid to find you. Now, another safety thing I think is really important is actually on planes, and I see people letting their little kids run around on the planes. Look, don't let your kid run around alone on your plane. Walk them up and down the aisle, that's fine. Make sure they're not annoying other travelers, but you gotta make sure you're watching them when they're there because turbulence, boom, comes out of nowhere. Having that car seat, having them sit in there makes them more comfortable when they're little, and also it keeps them from wanting to run around because it is so comfortable in their car seat. They're used to driving around in it. And when you are on the plane, I gotta tell you this, do not let your kids play in the galley. That big area where the flight attendants are working, it's a working area. And those carts that are there, they can be 70, 80, 90 pounds. If there's any turbulence or one comes unlatched, that thing goes flying. Adults get seriously hurt. Kids can get hurt even worse than that. So make sure you're not just letting them wander around on the plane because you don't want to start off with a twisted ankle or a busted head because of the plane ride. Now, another traditional parenting thing you want to do when you're traveling is talk to your kids before you go and let them know what to do if you get separated somewhere. For example, with our children, we tell them, hey, if you get lost, find a mom with kids. She's probably going to be more helpful than some random person there. Or find a police officer or somebody in charge, and they'll help you out. I know when we lived in Lisbon, getting on the metro in Lisbon sometimes can be a little tricky. And so with Kayla, we're like, hey, if we ever get separated, you don't get on the train or I don't get on the train, go to the next stop, stay there, or get off and we'll come back and get you. And talk to those things. And actually, one time we were getting on the metro and mom got on and Caleb and I did not get on. And Caleb was like, Mama. It was so heart-wrenching seeing him do it. I'm like, it's okay, man. I'm here with you. But mom went on. And so having that everybody knows what to do in case you get separated can be important because you never know when you're in Atlanta taking the plane train to the next terminal and you didn't get on and mom and dad did. Well, hopefully mom or dad got on at the kids' homes with a kid, but it's just always good to have that kind of discussion before you go because you don't want to think about it last minute. Now, when you get to your accommodation, when you travel around, a lot of them will actually have a business card that'll have the address for the hotel. One, you should take that for yourself in case you need to take a taxi home because you can just show that. It doesn't matter if you don't speak Greek or Chinese or whatever. You show them the card, they can get you there. And one thing we would do is we would actually take that card, we would write our phone number on it as well, and then we put it either in their pocket or in their shoe. So in case they got lost, in case something happened, there is that way they can contact the hotel. Another thing you can do in a more modern age today with your kids, if you have like an air tag or a tile, one of those trackers, you can put it on the kid's toy, put it on their bag, put it in their pocket, and you can track them that way. The thing is that can help you find out where they are, but sometimes they need to make sure they can make a phone call to contact you because an air tag doesn't let you call the person that's there. So do be aware of that. So that's a big safety thing that really made us feel a lot better when we went around the world, especially if your kid doesn't speak the language where you're going or you don't speak the language. There's at least that way to make a connection and to find them. Now, another thing I think is really important in terms of safety for kids when you travel is a lot of people think no one's going to rob a kid. What's the big deal? I'll let them use my $3,000 camera. Look, kids are targets just like everyone else, and they're actually easy targets because they're little. And so when you let your little kid walk around with the expensive camera, and they'll walk around so proud having it, go to a place like Nafplio here. There's no crime here, so you'll be fine. But if you're in Barcelona or Rome, you got to be careful with that and realize that they can become the target. Liam, he was a baby in a stroller, and they robbed the baby stroller with the wallet in the diaper bag. Somehow they didn't get the diapers, they got the wallet. So don't think that, oh, sweet innocent baby or small child is going to let people leave you alone. It actually makes you more of a target because you're worried about your kid and not about your stuff. So do be aware of that. And one thing we've developed over the years is our family whistle. We have a whistle. Maybe you have a special word you'll say to let your kids know where you are, because I tell you what, we use this. We might be in Walmart, I can't find the boys. We're walking around Athens, I can't find them. And then I'll hear coming back, I'm like, okay, they're somewhere over here. Just having some way to get people's attention, have some kind of word that they know, hey, I can hear this, I know that's mom and dad. That can make things a lot better. Now, another thing I think you should do is every morning when you go out, take a picture of your kid. Now, I'm not saying do a full photo shoot. Oh, yes, it's time for the Instagram model portion of the tour today with the kids. No. I'm just saying take a picture of them in their outfit. Because if they get lost, if someone takes them, which is probably not going to happen, but, we're doing the overly cautious thing. I mean, I'm not too worried about it, but you take that picture of them, then you have exactly what they wore that day. Because how many of you are like, yeah, he's wearing his bright green shirt today. No, honey, he wore that yesterday. Oh, what was he wearing? You have that picture right there. Boom, you can give that to the police. You can give that to people. You can go around. Have you seen my son? Have you seen my daughter? These kind of things make it easier because it's the exact outfit. Another really important safety thing when you travel with kids is keep on parenting. Look, I can't tell you how many times I see people, they're sitting back having a drink here. In the morning, you have people having their Greek coffee or their frappe, or in the evening, they're having some Mythos, the local beer or whatever, and they're letting other kids run around and play, which is great. But also, you gotta be like, hey, don't run in the street. Hey, don't play by the water, you might fall in. Hey, don't play with those sea urchins, they're really gonna hurt. And that's just it. Sometimes when people go on vacation, parents check out. Moms, dads, spouses, partners, it happens. I think it's really important that you don't stop parenting when you travel because you need to keep that discipline going to keep them safe and also to keep yourself safe. That's why it's important if you're traveling with your husband, your wife, your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever, always support the spouse. Always support the other parental unit, if it's grandparents, when they're trying to parent. Because this is one thing I see. I mean, I've been traveling the world for years with my kids. I mean, my oldest is, 17, and I'm like, we've been doing this since you were, before you were born. And seeing parents over the years, I'll see dads, a lot of times the dads, wandering ahead, looking around. They're looking at the map. Oh, here's the site. Oh, there's the castle we need to take a boat on. Oh, there's a boat. Maybe we should rent that boat. They're looking at other things, and they're not paying attention to the kid. That's what's important, to make sure you are paying attention. You are helping out the spouse or the partner when they're dealing with the kids, because that support makes things easier for everybody, and then you don't have the resentment that you got to enjoy Greece while I had to watch the kids. That's one of those things. And that's why we actually have videos on how to prepare for travel with kids and how to get the kids to be better travelers. Josh has a ton of videos on that. I'll link them below, or I'll link them in the end screen, but that can help you out. Because honestly, you will love traveling with your kids. I cannot say it enough. I know these are safety things that make you think, oh, something bad's gonna happen all the time. Maybe I shouldn't take my kids. No, that is the dumbest thing ever. This is just things so you feel better about traveling. Little things you can do to make traveling better with your kids. Because honestly, we've taken both, before they were 10 years old, we got both our kids to over 50 countries, and it's been a fantastic experience for me as a father, but also for us as a family and for my kids, and you'll love it. So don't forget to take your kids when you travel, but honestly, some of these safety advice, don't forget them as well. So if you have other advice for families going to travel, please put in the comment section below so people can have more fun advice and tips to help be safer when they travel with their kids. And those that are going to say, don't travel with your kids, stop that. Just stop that right now. It is too much fun and too wonderful to be with them when you travel. Even if they don't remember everything, you will, and it'll be a great time. Anyway, I'll say bye from you in Nafplio, Greece.